It's Bengals, it's Jets, it's a chance to get back to 500. It's time to get into what I'm watching for on Sunday and a prediction for their Week 8 matchup in a game that, if last week was a must-win, this is a better win. Let's get into it right now on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Hi again, everyone, and welcome in to CBT. I'm James Rapien of BengalsTalk.com here outside of Paycor Stadium where Duke Tobin just walked by. He's like 100 feet from me right now. He's walking to the Bengals indoor facility as they practice on Friday. And this Bengals team, well, they have a chance to do some big things this weekend because a win over the Jets would mean a few things. One, it would get them back to 500. Two, with the Steelers playing the Packers, it may, just may, get them within a half game of Pittsburgh, and they have that tiebreaker, and they play Pittsburgh again on November 16th. And you get the point here. There's plenty of opportunity for Joe Flacco, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and the Bengals to get it done. What I'm watching for coming up in just a second. But today's video brought to you by Christian Husky of Sipsey Klein Realtors. You got to check him out, sipseyklein.com/chusky. Christian has been to multiple Bengals games this year. He's a huge Bengals fan, and he's also the real estate expert that you need if you're downsizing. If you're looking for a home in the area, maybe you're looking for some real estate advice, doesn't matter. He's got you covered. sipseyklein.com/chusky. Let's get into what I'm watching for. And number one is very simple. When you're going up against a team like the New York Jets, who come in 0-7, who have some uncertainty at quarterback, who are reeling, who are going to be without some of their stars, Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, both ruled out on Friday, it's very, very simple what you need to do. You need to jump on them. You need to jump on them right away, put doubt in their mind from the very first snap. And so this Bengals team has to get off to a fast start. They have to score a touchdown in the first quarter. They haven't done that since week 2. They haven't done that since September 14th. It's unbelievable and yet totally believable. And that was when Joe Burrow found Jamar Chase. That has to change. It was a 4-yard touchdown against the Jags. That has to change. And Zach Taylor always talks about playing with a lead. Well, in this game, what you want to do is you just want to keep the Jets down. You don't want them to believe. You don't want them to buy in. You don't want them to think, oh, well, we have a shot. We can do this. And look, their defense is real. Their defense is good. Quinnen Williams is awesome. It's a good thing for the Bengals that Sauce Gardner can't play, but Quinnen Williams is still awesome. And they have multiple other pass rushers as well that I think you look at it and you're like, they're real dudes now. They're real dudes. I was talking to multiple Bengals offensive linemen. It's like there's never a week, even an 0-7 Jets team has a lot of guys on defense. So getting off to a quick start, scoring your first touchdown in the first quarter since week 2, huge thing that I'm looking for on Sunday. Number 2 is it shouldn't matter who the quarterback is. Get after the quarterback, make him uncomfortable. And so how do you do that? Well, you do that by shutting down Breece Hall. You can't let Breece Hall beat you. Garrett Wilson's out, whether it's Tyrod Taylor, whether it's Justin Fields, and it is Tyrod, not Tyrod. Tyrod Taylor. It's one of those things where you look at it and you're like, man, who can beat you? Who realistically is going to beat you? And Breece Hall. If you let Breece Hall get going early, what keeps the ball away from your offense, it wears down your defense, it takes pressure off of whoever's at quarterback for the Jets, and it puts the ball on the Jets' best player, their best offensive player, certainly. Breece Hall is a real guy, and this Bengals defense knows that, talking to multiple defenders throughout the week. Breece Hall is someone you have to stop, you have to contain. And if you do that, well, then you're going to get the 2nd and long and 3rd and long, which allows Trey Hendrickson. It allows Shamar Stewart, who's feeling better now coming off of that ankle. And it allows these guys to get after the passer. And so that is a huge thing that I'm watching for this week. If you stop Breece Hall, you should be able to get off the field. And this defense needs that. Number 3 here, it's very, very simple. Get off the field. This Bengals defense could not do that the past couple of weeks with the game on the line. They could not get the stops they needed with the game on the line. The Packers game, if the defense steps up on 3rd and 8, they have a shot to get the ball back to Joe Flacco with him rolling at Lambeau and a chance to go score and win the game. Like, that was a very real thing, and it didn't happen. Last week, Aaron Rodgers is just awesome throughout the game outside of the 2 interceptions. And that's what's crazy is if Aaron Rodgers didn't force it to DK Metcalf on that Jordan Battle interception, DJ Turner makes a heck of a play on the other one. But that forced play really changed the momentum of that game. And one, that's why fast starts are important. But two, in the second half, when you have a 6-point lead, you can't give up the 68-yard touchdown. You can't give up the big play. You can't give that up. This defense has done that routinely. That cannot happen on Sunday. Get to a couple other things that I'm watching for in my prediction coming up next. This video is also brought to you by Win-Win Athletics. Jeff is also a huge Bengals fan, but the thing that I love about Win-Win Athletics and what Jeff has done with Win-Win Athletics, it's the number one flag football gear on the planet. If you or your son or your daughter or whoever you know, someone in your life plays flag football, you got to get to winwinathletics.com. Get their flag football kit right now and check it out. It is great. And why is it great? Well, one, high quality. Two, it comes in just a cone. Everything's there. Everything's in a cone. You can make end zones. You can make out of bounds line. You can make all of it, plus the best flags in the business. And right now, use code CBT10. That's CBT10. You'll get 10% off your order at winwinathletics.com. Really love all of our local sponsors. Jeff Baldwin and his team, they do a great job. They're a fun follow on social media, but I'm telling you, the best flag gear. We have the flag football kit. We're going to get out and play a little football here at some point in the near future, especially with the weather changing, the leaves falling, Turkey Bowl right around the corner. If you're watching or listening, you probably can't guard me, but that's okay. Let's dive into other things to watch for here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. And the last one, I'm only going to give you 4 this week. The last one is what happens with this offensive line. Because they're going to go back to Dylan Fairchild this week, and it's going to be Dylan Fairchild at left guard, Jalen Rivers at right guard. And big picture-wise and small picture-wise, wouldn't it be great if those rookies just took off? If those rookies just took off and were amazing and awesome, it would be great. Because then you'd have 2 core pieces at guard. You'd have Amarius Mims, who is, for my money, their best offensive lineman right now. And you would just feel really good about their depth behind them with 2 proven veterans. Like, I'd feel pretty decent about guard. I would. But that's a question mark. And with the way Dalton Reisner's played over the past couple of weeks, certainly a question mark. So we'll see there. And I lied. There's one more. I'm definitely looking at these linebackers. With Logan Wilson's trade request, my reaction to that, by the way, we posted that on Thursday night. But with Logan Wilson's trade request, you got Barrett Carter, who's made a bunch of tackles, 22 tackles in his 2 starts, none of them behind the line of scrimmage. It'd be nice to see him make a big play. It'd be nice to see Demetrius Knight make a big play. Tackles for losses, sacks, obviously fumbles, interceptions, anything like that. Have these guys show up and limit Breece Hall. By the way, you look at the numbers the past couple of weeks, 5.2 yards per carry for Josh Jacobs in Barrett Carter's first start, and then last week over 7 yards, 7.8 I believe it was, yards per carry for Jalen Warren. They have not been able to stop the run. So part of that is on these linebackers. These linebackers got to get moving. They got to get in their gaps. They got to get downhill. And so I will be looking for that on Sunday. Logan's going to play. I'd be stunned if he got traded between now and Sunday. I think Logan's going to play. I think he's going to play on defense, and we'll see how many snaps he plays. But they are sticking with Demetrius Knight and Barrett Carter. So let's keep an eye on both of those guys as they try to develop. A lot of rookies. I mean, that's a lot of rookies you're banking on. And that doesn't include Shamar Stewart. I mean, there's 5 right now that are going to have significant role, not just Sunday, but throughout this season that the Bengals are planning on utilizing. So we'll see how that works out. All right, it's officially prediction time here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Of course, every prediction every week brought to you by Rivertown Inquiry and rivertowninquiry.com, the best apparel in the Queen City. Check them out, rivertowninquiry.com. Let's get into my prediction. I think the Bengals win this game. I do. I think they know how important it is. There's new life in the locker room. The past couple of weeks have rejuvenated their hope, their chances. They believe, and I think they deliver. It's not going to be perfect, but I think they get it done. They're going to get to 24-10. The Bengals handle business here, and it's going to be ugly at times. I'm not saying that they're going to just jump all over the Jets and that be it. They may get a lead early, and I do expect them to get a lead early, but the Jets are going to hang around. It's not going to be 42-7 or anything like that. But I think 24-10, the Bengals get it done, handle business regardless of who's at quarterback for the Jets. They get to 4-4, and they keep everything that they wanted. Even with Joe Burrow hurt, everything they wanted and they hope to achieve this year is still ahead of them with a big, big win over the winless New York Jets. We're going to have you covered, of course, as we get into Week 8. It's wild. It's wild that we're in Week 8. It's wild that we're here. It's wild that I'm talking about leaves falling and all those things. This year is flying by. We're going to have you covered every step of the way. And please hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. If you want to support the channel even more, become a member. Check out our Cincinnati Bengals Talk membership program. And until Sunday, we will be back with you. And, of course, if there's ever breaking news, for Andrew Fox-Miller, I'm James Rapien. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening to Cincinnati Bengals Talk.